But unless you have brains like us in the arts who can deal with protecting your sciences, then you'll not go far with your science. And that is why in my law class, I did my thesis for its intellectual property rights on plant genetic resources, which is part of the basis of what we are discussing here.
Honorable Mbaya, I will engage you as a social scientist after this. I know you're a Fulbright, scholar, but you will get to know that lawyers, in fact, the best lawyer we have, Lord Denning, was a mathematician. And yours truly here is a very good scientist. Yeah, the Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's indeed actually divine that I've got an opportunity to speak after my brother, who is alleging that science is better than the, the art. I just want to indicate when I was actually in Form 2, when we were choosing subjects, I was one of the best science students. And when I was actually, the classes were divided and we had to be forced to go either art or science. And I refused to do sciences. And I was suspended for 2 weeks for refusing to do sciences. And I went back to school. And because I'm glad I've always been a bad girl, even despite that suspension, I still refused. And the way I refused was to sit an exam. And knowing all the answers, I answered negatively and got 0%. And I was chased out of the science class, not because I was not smart, but because I knew at that point where I am headed, because I knew even though I made a very good scientist, I make an excellent artist. And Mr. Speaker, I have come to realize that our brothers who are in sciences will work on the science issues, but unless you have brains like us in the arts who can deal with protecting your sciences, then you'll not go far with your science. And that is why in my law class, I did my thesis for its intellectual property rights on plant genetic resources, which is part of the basis of what we are discussing here. And that is why I'd actually requested that I be given a chance to talk about the Science Museum, which is under Article 11(2)(b) of the Constitution that provides that the government shall recognize the role of science and indigenous technologies. Mr. Speaker, the essence of my thesis was that in Africa, we have indigenous knowledge, indigenous technology, indigenous plants that are beneficial, but other communities come and take them, patent them, and sell them back to us. I've given an example of mwarubaine. I've given an example of Indor, the Ethiopian plant in the past in this house, that has actually helped to unclog the system in the US. Of course, it is sad that I'm mentioning US at a point when Kamala Harris has lost, but nonetheless, I don't care whether she's lost or not. I am consistent in supporting women publicly, and so the loss of Kamala Harris is my loss. Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that back to my science issue, I just want to indicate that...
Honorable Millie Odhiambo, the last time I checked, Democrats can't define a woman.
Can't do what?
Can't define a woman.
Define?
A woman.
Mr. Speaker, sir, in our quarters where we are, you have always